Hey, what's going on, guys? This is a follow-up video of me talking about ancient Korean history. Actually, the area that covered the Shilya Kingdom back when Korea was divided into three kingdoms, Goguryeo, Shilya, and Pakche. There was Shilya built a Chumsungdae observatory, and that shows you how early Koreans, and particularly people from the Shilya Kingdom, were studying astronomy and studying the arts and the sciences. And a lot of the temples from the Shilya Kingdom that still stand to this day, architects have looked at those buildings very closely and very carefully, and they can discover how perfect a lot of the angles of the buildings and the temples were. They were at perfect geometric angles, so that is a lot of evidence that a lot of Korean mathematicians were experimenting and using a lot of prominent theories in geometry, geometric theories. Because when you look at the temples, a lot of the angles are perfectly shaped. A lot of the structures are perfectly shaped. So Shilya had really been heavily studying the math and the sciences for a long, long time. And the reason there were three divided kingdoms in ancient Korea is because during that time, there were not a lot of cars and automobiles were not invented. And the land of Korea is 75% mountainous. So you could not travel a lot of places. So you really took a lot of pride in the region you were from. So regionalism has been a part of traditional Korean culture for a long, long time. So that is why regionalism during that time was such a big part of Korean culture. And I'm just reporting the facts. I admire a lot of things that Shilya did, but there was a time that Shilya defeated the Goguryeo Kingdom, and Pakche helped Shilya, but then Shilya turned on Pakche, and they allied with the Tang Dynasty in China. They allied with the Tang Dynasty in China, and that's why Pakche Kingdom was the first kingdom to collapse. And a lot of the women in Pakche, instead of seeing their kingdom collapse, it was just a sad situation. They went and jumped off the cliff, and jumped off cliffs and committed suicide. So that was a very unfortunate situation. So anyway, also with the Goguryeo Kingdom, I've talked about the Goguryeo the least, but one of the things that the Goguryeo did was they were one of the first kingdoms actually to really beat back foreign invasions from the Sui and the Tang Dynasty in China. And then also their soldiers had elite sandals, like special sandals and special spikes that they used when they rode horses, that they were able to sustain themselves on that horse and not fall off that horse easily. They were able to shoot bow and arrows off that horse because the spikes they had on their shoes were very crafty made, so they could stay on the horse. Also, the armor was very strong. There's a lot of evidence that it was stronger than the armor in the ancient Roman Empire, but also the armor was very light, so the soldiers were able to move very quickly and very flexibly, but the armor was still very strong and very, very sturdy. So they were able to invent armor where you could move flexibly, but the armor was very strong that it could repel a lot of enemy weapons. So, anyways, hope everybody's doing well. Take care. God bless, and bye-bye. Bye-bye.